ताल ही अंग है,
ताल ही रंग है,
ताल जीवन के पहलू का ये संग है।
ताल ही अंग है,
ताल ही रंग है, ताल जीवन के पहलू का ये संग है।
ताल ही ज्ञान है, ताल ही शान है,
ताल ही ज्ञान है, ताल ही शान है।
ताल साज और सुरों का संगम
Namaskar, Pranam, and welcome back to your favorite musical show of the day, Tabla Tarang, brought to you by Tabla Niketan. Today, we begin round 2 of this competition. Round 2 will mark a new beginning for this journey. All the participants are now placed in groups within their categories and have a mentor assigned to them. But before we begin round 2, we're going to start with announcing the award for the best performer of round 1. In round 1, we heard 92 candidates presenting a qaida in teen tal, jhap tal, rupak, or ek tal. Out of those 92 candidates, we've picked one candidate who had the best presentation. And the award for the best performer of round 1 goes to Shri Sarang Deshpande ji from category 3. A big congratulations to Sarang ji, and wishing you all the best for the next round. So now let's get back to talking about round 2. The theme we've selected for round 2 is Uthan and Peshkar, which are two very important concepts that are played in a tabla solo. As we begin round 2, it's very important for us to cover some theory and understand what these compositions are. And to tell us a lot more about these two concepts, we will be joined by two special artists. Our first artist is Shri Amod Dangeji, joining us live from Kolhapur. Amodji is a highly acclaimed tabla player of the Farrukhabad Gharana. He was introduced to the tabla by his brother, late Shri Pramod Dangeji, at a very young age. He's received talim under Ustad Mamulal Sangaokarji, Pandit Omkar Gulwadi and from the world-renowned Pandit Arvind Mulgaonkar. Amodji has accompanied numerous artists such as Venkatesh Kumarji, Anand Bua Limayeji, Vikas Kashalkarji, Arun Kashalkarji, Jaitit Mevundi, and many more. Joining Amodji today to discuss about Uthan and Peshkar is none other than my father and guru, Sri Satish Tareji. My father started learning tabla from his father, my grandfather, late Sri Madhav Tareji, at a very young age. Later, he continued to receive rigorous training from Pandit Arvind Mulgaonkar and then from Pandit Sopan Chaudhary after we moved here to the US. Today, both of them will be taking us on a special journey, the nuances of Uthan and Peshkar. But your participation is very important for us as well. So if you have any questions about Uthan or Peshkar, please drop your comments and questions on the Facebook or YouTube live feed, and we'll try to include them in today's segment. So let's see a video of Amodji playing something on tabla today.
Namaskar, Amarji. Welcome.
Namaste, namaste. Thank you.
It's really a pleasure to have you today in this episode. We are fortunate
Yeah,
and
me too.
lucky to get your blessings to all Tabla Niketan family students. So, warm welcome and thank you so much.
Thanks
So
very much.
let's begin our talk today. As you know that we have started this Tabla Tarang activities because of this COVID situation, and we need to probably engage student category so that they think positive and that positivity probably spread to the community. And that's what
Yeah.
we are trying here to help you. And during that, this episode basically, or rather this round, we are talking about is mainly concern on the two elements of the tabla solo presentation. First one is basically a uthan, and second one in that category is a peshkar. So we ask students to probably present them in that two categories and submit their recording into those categories. And we thought that it will be honor, it will be respect to art form as well as to our guru, and as well as to get some guidance from a renowned artist like you to our student about the Uthan and Peshkar so that they can enhance their knowledge, their thought, and their level of probably understanding it. So without further
Definitely.
delay, uh, let's start with the Uthan, because as in the solo presentation, Uthan is probably come as a first element in the overall presentation. And again, every gharana has their own repertoire to present the Uthan with the different thoughts. Of course, every tal also has his different elements or the beauty to present that Uthan. So, can you probably little elaborate with your thoughts or with your knowledge about the Uthan, especially related to the Teen Tal or probably related to any specific gharana, please, Amarji?
Thank you, Shatiji. Namaste, everybody. Namaskar. Um, actually, as Satish told, Uthan is the most prominent form or concept in solo tabla playing. It's We find it mostly in Banaras Gharana. Actually, Uthan, the word Uthan is derived from Utna, that is Hindi verb. Utna means to begin or to beginning. That is. So while starting their solo, Banaras players always start with the Uthan. The Uthan is it can be short of 1 hour then, and it can be at the most of 4 or 5 hour and it is mostly it is pre-composed, but the well-known artists play it spontaneously. Thank you.
Right. So, you just spoke about the spontaneity. How some of the students can develop that? Because I personally believe that yes, initial period has to get learn more and more and more, and of course your practice. And I think at one stage your practice should become to a sadhana. I think when you reach to that sadhana level of sadhana, which is probably a very meditative level, then I think at that point you start thinking of some spontaneity, or in the language of music we call upas. So can you
Mhm.
just probably quickly guide to our student how to get probably into the path of upas, and what could be your suggestions or what could be your guidance to our community, please?
Actually, Peshkar and Uthan, both things are I think those both things should play not should play spontaneously. For that you have to study very well about the Tala Shastra, the reciting of single, double, three, four-fold tempo, four-fold, not even those, but also one and a half, two and a half. Those tempos you have to recite every day of at least of Tintal. Then you will have a
Right.
great command over Tala Shastra, and
Correct,
then
correct, correct.
you can do for example one, two, three, four. While joining the sum, I can do one, two, one, two, one, two, one. For those all things, you must study very well about the Tal Shastra.
Okay.
So showing
So
with showing Tali Khali, you have to recite all talas.
okay, okay, okay. And any particular probably forms of the phrases or any other thing which can probably add into that their daily practice or riyas which can help
Definitely,
to mold probably in that direction.
Definitely, definitely. Actually, we have a beauty of disconnection of a beat in our Indian classical music. To get a command over that, I will suggest one exercise. It's very small and everyone can do it.
Right.
First 12 matra of the dal, and you should recite first 5 matra of japtal with that, and
Can you
come
please
in
show that?
yeah, yeah. Da dim din da dim din da. This is not any tal. This is only just exercise. Da dim din
Okay.
da dim din da dim din da di na da dim din da dim din da dim din da di na da dim din da dim din da dim din da di na da dim din da dim din da dim din di na da. This is not any tal. This is only 17 matras.
Correct.
We are just experiencing that disconnection of the beat. And look, if I go past, it's become very difficult. Da din din da din din da din din da di na di da din din da din din da din din da di na di da din din da din din da din din da di na di da din din da din din da din din da like this.
Wow, wow, wow. Very good, very good. So I hope student probably can listen to this and hopefully they can enhance at least into that direction and that can probably lead to them. Before we go to probably, I would like to probably ask, listen one Utan. But before we go to that, uh, what exactly does Utan has any particular syllables, phrases, or any particular zati related to that, or how that can be basically how utan can be formation of the utan can happen probably.
Yeah. Mostly we find uthans in mostly in chaturashra, and after that we can find uthans in trashra also as well. It has a very open and vigorous bowl, like the like this.
Okay. Okay, so I think that was really good information. So,
Yeah,
with your permission, can we probably just listen one small Uthan in
yeah,
Tintal
yeah.
probably for our
Please,
audience, please?
please.
Please, thank you.
Yeah. An example of Uthan in Teen Dal. Da, trikathin, trikathin, da, tit, da, tin, da, da, tin, da, 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 da,
Okay, very nice. So I think
yeah,
as you
yeah,
discuss Amoji or as you advise, takran, vagere, those kind of phrases we just saw into that,
yeah,
and I think
yeah,
that was really really good. Let's say for example, we have probably different gharanas in the tabla thoughts, right? I mean, Farrukhabad, Lucknow, Banaras, Punjab, Delhi is the prime gharana. So considering that gharanas or considering the thought from the gharanas, do any gharana has any particular preference to the presentation of Uttan in any perspective, Tal? Any kind of thoughts if you have to share, probably?
actually. To the best of my knowledge, the Uthan it belongs to Banaras Gharana. And that is, we can see existence of Uthan in only in Banaras, I think. And it has it's played in every tal. You can play it in every tal. Even actually, mostly we play teen tal for solo, but we can see Uthan in other talas also. We can see Uthan, example of Uthan in Kathak dance also, Kathak Nritya also.
So is it they call sometime Ahmad or something for Uttan, or that's a
The
different probably?
Ahmad is actually we have some different meanings according to tabla players and according to Kathak dancers. We have different meanings of Ahmad.
Okay,
Um,
okay, okay.
about in tabla playing, we can say Ahmad. What is Ahmad? Which is suggests you that it's coming on the sum. It's coming
Come.
on the sum. That is Ahmad. My aa rahi
Okay,
ho,
okay.
my aa rahi ho. That is.
Okay.
So
So it is
exactly
Aravi.
opposite of Farad.
Okay,
Exactly opposite of Farad.
okay, okay, okay. So
Ah,
considering that thought, can we probably just listen one Uttan in other than Tintal, probably Japtal or something, which is probably a little
yeah, yeah,
unique?
yeah, yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
please.
yeah.
So let's listen to the Japtal Uttan.
Uthan in Japtal. Then na, then then na, then na, then na, then ta kit then ta katin na kran dar da da, ta katin na kran dar da da, ta katin na kran One, two, titikata, titikata, taga titikata, taga titikata, 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 ta titikata, 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 titikata. One, two, titikata, titikata, taga titikata, 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 ta titikata, titikata, ta titikata, titikata, then.
Wow, that was very nice. I mean, it
Yeah,
probably
yeah, very
gives a little more sense to the students to understand that. But again, in this utan also, probably as this is takran, those kind of phrases, we saw that
yeah,
coming into this utan also.
yeah.
So, any other thing, Amodji, you want to probably add in the utan from your thoughts or anything which you feel that this will be good to our student community, please?
Actually, I will suggest students to try play spontaneously uthan. It's actually it starts with the suppose this is 9, 10, 11, 12, ta 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 ta, the different styles of arriving the sum. So first they
Okay.
should try to arrive the sum in very different manners.
Okay, okay. Probably, I think we can have a little more extended because as you know, we have a little time crunch. We are only half an
Yeah,
hour, and as we know everybody, right? Within half an hour, we cannot elaborate the subject to the
yeah,
greatest
yeah,
extent. But anyway, thank you for all your information about the Utan. Now, probably let's probably guide it to the Peshkar. That's what probably our next topic was to discuss it today. Now, Peshkar also, as we discussed, it is also has a spontaneity. So Uthan and Peshkar both has a spontaneity. But Uthan is probably a short presentation, whereas Peshkar is probably a little elaborative presentation, which probably
yeah,
has a theme, main theme, then you do the variations, and then probably you conclude with the Tihai. So it's a little elaborative presentation, similar to probably the Kaidas Relas. But of course, as we know, Peshkar is a literally free format. There is no
yeah,
restriction to zatis, there is no restriction to the phrases. It's the
yeah,
way
yeah,
artists would like to probably color it. It's all your imagination and all your thought to shade the color, and I think that's what it creates, that spontaneity all over the map basically.
yeah,
And as again basically most of the time, uh, we start learning anything which is based on the Dili, because I also still remember that whenever I started learning, my first kaida what I learned from my Guruji was dhati cha dha dhati cha dhage tenna kena. So it's a Delhi based kaida. So again, I think in the Peshkar also probably Delhi has a little different thoughts which could be related to the Chati ka Baaz and Do Ungliyon ka Baaz. So can you probably share a little more thoughts and little more approaches towards the Peshkar related to probably Delhi Gharana, please?
huh. Yes, Peshkar actually I don't think that Peshkar is belongs to any gharan. I know it's okay that it's derived from Delhi gharana, or you may say this is it's a belongs to Delhi gharana, but I think Peshkar is not a not represent any gharana. It represent that person or that artist, so that it
Okay.
should not be pre-planned. But we can, according to Nikas and according to construction of that, we can say book, that can be usually same. Like if talking about Delhi Gharana, we have in Delhi we have chati. The uses of chati are greater. Chati and tips of our finger, especially index and middle finger. So
Correct.
we find tita, tira kita, and also chati always in Delhi Garan, so that the Peshkar of Delhi is based on those bowls. Those are very much played on chati and syahi with two fingers only, so that we know Delhi as do unglio kabaj, chati kabaj. And the
Correct.
Peshkar of Delhi is like dha, kda, ate dekit dha. We can say we can see kita taka, we can see tira kita, we can see kda dha.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
So that
Can
is
you
the
just
Delhi, and yeah, and it
yeah, go
is
ahead.
mostly in Chaturashri Jati.
Okay. Can you probably give one small example of any
Yeah,
reciting of the small?
yeah. 13, 14, 15, 16. Dha, kda, te da kita dha, te da kita dha, te dha, te na, kita dha, te da kita dha, te da kita dha, te dha, te na, ta, kda, te da kita ta, te da kita ta, te na, kita dha, te da kita dha, te da kita dha, te na, dha. Like this.
Very good. Can we listen for one short clip of this,
Yeah,
please, with your
yeah,
permission?
yeah, yeah. Now, Peshkar of Delhi Gharana. Tirkada tirkada then 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 da da then then da da then then da da then 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 da da tirkada da da tirkada da 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 then tirkada da tirkada da tirkada da 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 then da tirkada tirkada da da tirkada da 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 then da tirkada tirkada da tirkada da 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 then da tirkada tirkada da 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 then da then tirkada tirkada da tirkada da tirkada da da then da tirkada tirkada da 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 then da tirkada tirkada da tirkada da tirkada da da da.
Okay, that was very
Yeah,
good. Now let's continue
yeah,
that discussion with probably going further in the Gharana of Farrukhabad. So can you little elaborate of the different phrases or the different approaches in connection with the Farrukhabad Gharana, please, Amuji?
yeah. As I told you before, the Peshkar is originally belongs to Delhi, but in Farrukhabad we have a great example of Peshkar, which has played by so many great masters of tabla, like Thirappa Khasab, and we've actually the main difference between Delhi Peshkar and Farrukhabad Peshkar is of the bowls. We find most of the bowls in Delhi on the chati, but in
Correct.
Farrukhabad, we find the bowl in Dhenda, not on the chati. And compared to Delhi, we find some open bowls in Farrukhabad.
Murabba.
Dhenna, te, dha, dhenna, dha, te, dha, te, dha, dha, dhenna, taka khida, na, dha, te, ta, dhenna, dha, krdha, te, dha, dha, dhenna, then, krdhenna, te, ta, dhenna, ta. Even we can say some examples. The ustas used to call this kulpi. That is something different. If as you know, the peshkar is not pre-composed. So if
Correct.
I do something want to spontaneously, what I can do, then na de dha de na dha de dha de dha dha de na de dha dha de na dha de dha dha de dha dha de na kita da ka de na kita da ka ting tina ke na ta ge te re kita ta ge tra ka tina ke na ta ke ghida na dha de na ghida na
Wow.
dha de na ghida na dha de na dha 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 de na de da de dha dha. Those all bowls and phrases are spontaneously.
Very good. Very good.
So
Very good.
you can
Uh,
even you can weigh so many jatis. Then na de da then na da trika da de da da then na da like this.
Right. So you can basically elaborate it the way your thought process goes with the different zatis,
Yeah,
different phrases, and different. Very nice. So can we probably just listen one short Peshkar
yeah,
in the Farrukhabad
yeah,
approach, please?
yeah. Then ta peshkar of Farrukhabad Gharana. Then chaka then dha te then na te dha then na dha te dha te dha da then na dha da then na dha te dha kit tak then na dha then na then na ta then na dha te ta te ta da then na te dha da then na dha te dha kit tak then na dha then na then na da then na then da te da da then na da da then na da te da kit tak then na da then na kit tak then na kit tak ting te na ke na ta ke te ra kit ta ke tra ke na ke na ta ke da da then da da then da da then da da then na then da te da da then na ta ke da then na da kit tak then na da then na ta 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 then na da kit tak then na da then na te da da then na da kit tak then na da then then now Farukabadi Chalan. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Then da 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 then da 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 then da da then da da then da da then da then da 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 da then.
Very nice, very nice. Actually, as I wanted to probably ask some more questions, Amoji, to you, but because of time crunch, I have to probably go divert it to the different approach.
Yeah,
Now, coming back
yeah.
to the another gharana, probably Banaras gharana is another gharana probably we have existing into our tabla families basically. So, do you have any thoughts, any suggestions, or any approaches related to Peshkar and Banaras gharana probably going further?
Yeah, actually, Banaras Gharanas stalwarts play Auchar. That's instead of Peshkar they play that's called Auchar in their language. That is
Yes.
nothing but you can say Kisma of Tintal. They always begin their Auchar with a bowl of Tintal. And they use any jati or any lay. They can use any bowl, any phrases they can use. That's called Auchar. Instead of Peshkar, they always play Auchar, and that is of course that is spontaneously. Da trakadhenna trakadhenna da trakadhenna da den na trakadhenna da den na da den na da trakadhenna den na trakadhenna na trakadhenna
क्या बात है?
den na da, like this.
So basically, if I am understanding clearly, so there is a thought of the tal coming into the picture in the progression of the presentation all the time, with the
Yeah, yeah,
different
yeah, yeah,
jatis, with the different speeds, and with the different collaboration with other part of the syllables and phrases, basically.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
So can we probably just have one small clip of the Banaras Peshkar, please? Avchar,
yeah,
I would say.
yeah. This is Auchar of Banaras Gharana. Ta, Trikadhen, Then, Da, Da, Trikadhenna, 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 Na, Tintenna, Trikadhenna, Trikadhenna, Trikadhen, Trikadhenna, Tenta, Tintenna, Ta, Trikadhenna, 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 Na, Tintenna, Trikadhenna, Trikadhenna, Trikadhen, Trikadhenna, Dhenna, Dhenna, Da, Trikadhenna, Da, Dhenna, 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 Da, Trikadhenna, 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 Da, Dhenna, Dhenna, Da, Trikadhenna, Da, Dhenna, 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 Da, Trikadhenna, 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 Da, Dhenna, 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 Trikadhenna, Na, Dhenna, 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 Trikadha, Dhenna, 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 Na, Dhenna, Na, Dhenna, 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 Da, Dhenna, 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 Da, Trikadhenna, Dhenna, Trikadhenna, Dhenna, Da, Dhenna, Da, Dhenna, 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 Trikadhenna, Dhenna, 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 Na, Dhenna, 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 Na, Dhenna, Na, Dhenna, Na, Dhenna, 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 Trikadhenna, Da, Dhenna, Da, Dhenna, 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 Trikadhenna, Da, Dhenna, Dhenna, Trikadhenna, Dhenna, Trikadhenna, Dhenna, Dhenna, Trikadhen, Den, 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 Den.
Wow, very nice. I think that probably gave the different elements of the tals in the progression, as well as you
Yeah,
elaborated with the different zatis and different thoughts. That was really good. So now coming back to another very famous gharana, Lucknow, basically. So
yeah,
as you
yeah,
indicated in the Banaras gharana, they called Auchar for the presentation
yeah,
of Peshkar. So what I learned from my Guruji, Swapan Chaudhary ji, is that in Banara, sorry, in the Lucknow also, instead of peshkar, they called as a palta theka. So
Mhm.
palta is probably form of a variation, and theka, as everybody knows, right? It has an element of the tal embedded into that. So when you
Yeah,
combine palta theka together, so I think it may align with the similar thought of the Banaras, which they are calling as Auchar, where you embed somewhere the thought of the tals going into the progression
exactly.
while you present that thought basically. So
Yeah,
I think those gharanas probably sounds very similar thoughts, but of course every gharana has their nomenclature, their names, and their things are different. But I think ultimately the approach or the style of presentation probably remains somewhere in the same line. So can we probably have one short clip of the Lucknow Palta Theka, please?
yeah, please, Satish. आता है.
Okay, that was really good, Amarji. Again,
Yeah, yeah,
Amarji,
yeah.
please excuse me because of the limited time we have in the hand. Unfortunately, we wanted to explore more. We wanted to talk a little more with your knowledge. I know with your thoughts, with your knowledge, with your expertise, half an hour is impossible to explore
Yeah, yeah. I can
anything going
understand.
further,
We have very
basically.
short time. Yeah,
Yeah, so please excuse me if anything didn't happen as per your expectation. We tried our best probably to accommodate it, different gharanas, different thoughts, but hopefully probably sometime in future we can add a little more extra time and
just
we will continue this session with this series. Once again, I am thankful to you. I have no words. Again, we are Guru Bhai, and I thank word probably may
yeah.
not be proper, but we need your blessings. We need your shubhechas and we need all your good support continuing probably this activity of tabla in California, United States. So please keep us blessings. And
Thank you,
one thing I
Satish.
just wanted to share. Yeah, go ahead, please. Go
I
ahead, please.
must say thanks to you, Ashish, and Sunil ji also. And I'm okay. Okay, you continue.
Yeah, so just wanted to let our students community know that probably Amodji will be probably one of the prime judges going further in all the rounds. So he will be probably judging all your rounds. So again, thank you for that also accepting Amodji. It will be really pleasure to have you review the videos or the playing from our students and give your suggestion feedbacks to them. That will certainly enhance their quality, their future learning into this aspect. So thank you again. My pranam to you.
Thank you. Yeah.
Thank you. Namaste.
Namaste. Namaste.
Kya baat hai. That was so fantastic. Thank you so much to both of our special artists today for this wonderful session about Uthan and Peshkar. With that, we have come to an end of our fourth episode of Tabla Tarang. This entire production could not be run without an entire backstage team that helps us every week with camera, lights, scripts, video transitions, sound checks. And doing this every week is a huge task. So a big thank you to our backstage team, Sunil Dusankarji for managing this live stream that all of you are watching, our audio engineer Ishwar Ayerji for processing and mixing, mastering all of the audio tracks that you're listening to, Rishi Agarwalji for helping us test this live streaming platform, and Mandar and Sujata Kulkarni for creating all the designs and marketing campaigns for Tabla Tarang. Thank you to all of you for tuning in every week as well. Next week, we will begin our round 2 competition and we'll have the first groups competing with each other. Now, lots of you sent in questions today, so thank you so much for that. But I apologize that due to the time, we couldn't take all of them. But as you heard right now, Amodji will be with us every week from now on. So we will get those questions in the next few weeks in the episodes of Tabla Tarang. So don't forget to tune in, same day, same time, only on Tabla Niketan's Facebook and YouTube page. Till then, take care, stay home, stay safe, and practice tabla. Thank you.
ताल ही अंग है,
ताल ही रंग है,
ताल जीवन के पहलू का ये संग है।
ताल ही अंग है,
ताल ही रंग है, ताल जीवन के पहलू का ये संग है।